Here's a question from Roar. He says he has a problem with a map going blurry when he uses erase slide right transition and how he can overcome that problem. So let's take a closer look at that. As he says in his description, he's using the erase slide right as his transition between the first image and the second image to make the map reveal. When doing a map screen capture, it can be sometimes a little difficult to get the exact same piece of the map that you want to display. So therefore, the best way to do that is always to take a full screenshot with the route and without the route, two separate shots, and line them up on the timeline so you can see them, so they would be identical. Then use the crop option to choose or to zoom in on the portion of the map that you want to use. In this case here, I just did a screenshot of his map before and after. So I'm going to use custom here so that I can just capture that portion of the map that we want to display. Okay, so I've done that. I'm going to apply it to the first map. Then I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go to Effects and Filter, and I'm going to copy. Just disable that for a second, and I will select the second one, and I will go into Effects and Filters, and I will paste. And I have now captured the exact same area of the map, and I'm not going to have anything fuzzy occurring because of that. And the way we can see that is by changing the opacity of the top layer until we can see the slight red line on the second layer. And if everything else on the map matches up 100%, then we have an exact match. Okay, now and let's just restore that. And the way that Roar did it, he lined the two pictures up, and then he went into transitions, and he chose the erase slide right to move from the one picture to the other as his reveal. And when you do it like that, it certainly does look pretty clear. Now I'm going to just export his example that I've recreated using his images. Now obviously mine's not going to be as clear as his because I'm using a screen copy of the map to begin with. But here we go, and we will now just import this into our project here. Actually, what we'll do is we will simply just play it back here. And we can see there it is. Now, granted, this is a very poor image to begin with because it's a blow up of a copy of a copy. But I don't see the problem that he's having. But obviously there is a problem, so let's try to figure out a different way to do it. Okay, the way I would tackle this is I would not use the transition. I would take that off. And then I would stack the two images on top of each other, take off the magnetic timeline, move the blank image up to the top, and move the completed image, or the one with the line on the bottom. And then selecting the top image, I would change the opacity just enough so that I could see part of the red line there. Once I can see that, I am now looking at both images at the same time. And if all of the words and everything else on the image are very clear, then I have an exact match. With the exact match, I'd go ahead and turn the opacity back to 100%. And then the key then, or the way I would do it, is I would use a mask. So I'm going to move near the end, but not to the end, because I want the viewers to be able to see the completed route. And I'm going to apply a mask. And I'm going to use just a single line mask. And we're going to keyframe that. And the way we're going to do that is we're just going to keyframe it right where it's at, but then we're going to change the X position right here. And, well, basically we just have to go beyond that, but we'll go all the way. And then we will use our playhead and move it all the way to the beginning. And then we will reverse the X position, and by moving it all the way to the left. And just having those keyframes would give me the same effect, and perhaps he would get the clear effect that he's looking for.